Hey everybody, welcome into Farm Cooking with Nan. Today I'm going to be making Pop a cake. And I don't always, but a lot of times I'll say, well, do you know of one you'd like to have better than the others? And he's like, no, you always make good cakes, so just make me one. So I'm using a French vanilla cake mix, and this is by Betty Crocker. I'm using up those cake mixes, I'm not going to waste them. Here are the eggs. When I did my eggs, I put my eggshells down in there. Now you take your eggshells, put them on a pan, put them in the oven and turn them on and let them, all that dry out of them. And then you can crush them up when they're good and dry, crush them up. Use them in your flowers, in your plants, in your garden. Or you can leave them crushed up to where there's little pieces, and it stops snails and stuff from crawling. They don't like that feel on their belly. Okay, now the cake mix called for 1/3 cup of water. I'm going to use 1/3 cup of milk. It called for 3 eggs. I'm going to put 4. And I have people say, Nan, why do you do that? Why do you put extra eggs? An extra egg definitely makes it taste like bakery style. And, I want to make a good cake. I don't want to make one that doesn't taste very good. And I'm going to put in 1 box. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. You're going to see me using some puddings in the next little bit. And I hate to tell y'all where I got them because I won't be able to find them again when I go back because everybody will go buy them up. I know they do. But you know how I call it everything's $1? It's not really the name of it. It's Dollar Tree. They have these, and this is the big box. This is the 2.9 ounce box. They have it in the Sonic French Shake. Ours did. They're stocking up for spring. They had it in Milky Way, Dove chocolate. They had one in Snickers. I'm telling you, they had some great flavors, and I bought 2 of each, and I thought, I'm always using pudding in something, and that's a good pudding. And I've told y'all, I love the Sonic flavors. I really do. My fingers just won't tear it today, guys. I'm going to put this pudding in there. I'm preheating my oven to 350. I'm putting 1/3 cup of butter instead of 1/3 cup of oil. Now, you can make this lighter. Like I said, this is not for me, okay? This is for Pop. He gets up and has a piece of that. And sometimes he has, it's not a huge piece, but he has a piece every morning with his coffee. And then sometimes he has a piece in the afternoon. He'll have before, not really close to bed, but before bedtime, after supper. He might have a little bit. So far we got 1/3 cup of melted butter. We've got 4 eggs. We've got a 2.9 ounce box of Vanilla Shake is the name of this, Vanilla Shake. So if y'all are there next time, I'm telling you, and if you collect those, if you do, I need to hush and get off on my recipe, but it's a good time to go to the Dollar Tree. I'll put it to you that way. And I'm talking about in the food section. We're going to be using something else from there today, okay? So I'm going to beat this up real quick. We've got our eggs. We got our butter. We're not going to use any oil. Now you can replace that 1/3 cup of butter with 1/3 cup of applesauce. That will definitely replace that and make it lighter. You can't pinch an inch on Pop. He don't have any problem at all. So, I do try to do some things that are better for him. But I wish you could smell this. Hang on a minute. And I'm going to put a teaspoon of vanilla. Instead of a teaspoon, since I put that that pudding, vanilla shake, I'm going to put a tablespoon of vanilla. Good vanilla, homemade vanilla, okay? But you put good vanilla in there, okay? Or if you don't want it, you don't have to put that in there. just add things as I see my batter. I'm going to grab some sour cream. I thought I already had it out here. I'm sorry. I have had a couple people fuss at me this week saying, Nan, get your ingredients. Well, see, my problem is this is part of being a cook. I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons of sour cream in there too. Maybe even 1 more. Yeah. 2 splattered tablespoons. Okay? You know, sour cream has some oil in it, you know. I'm putting some fats in there already with the butter. That loosened up my batter just a little bit. Because you can look at your batter and think, okay, is it a little stiff? Yes, this one is a little bit stiff. This is going to be a thick batter. It's going to be a thick batter. I have a lot of people this week that has said, Nan, what kind of mixer do you have? I got my mixer. You know, I don't advertise for nobody. But I got mine from QVC, and it is a cordless KitchenAid mixer. So that right there will help everybody. Hang on a minute. Let's get our cake mix into our, and I'm just going to use a silicone. I've run out of my cake replacement, and I need to mix that up today and do my pan coating too that I make. Do it too, because both of them, I've used them up. Okay. The type of cake mix that I used, it only has 13.25 ounces in it. This would have been a good cake to have, what did I do with my little, hang on. That would have been a good cake to add my cake replacement to it. Because that's one of the reasons I normally don't use Betty Crocker, because a lot of times her cake mixes are so low. Now I've got my oven just preheated while I had a break there, and I'm going to put that into my preheated oven of 350 degrees, and we'll see how long it takes to bake it, and I'll let you know. Okay, I got my cake out of the oven. It's a little bit toasty on top, but it's not burned or anything like that. Let me show you what I've got here real quick. I bought this at the Dollar Tree. It is by Rosalini, and it is a hazel cream with milk and cocoa. And I put it in the microwave and heated it up for about 30 seconds. I don't want it, because this is hot, I want it just to, I thought this, when I saw it in the in the Dollar Tree, I thought this would make the greatest icing. And when I come home and just dipped my finger in the top and said, oh my, oh my, oh my, I saw that it was so good. Let me get my little scooper here. We don't want to leave one little drop in there. Now, when this dries and hardens, it will be like an icing all over. Soft enough to where it can be cut. It won't be hard or anything like that. When I tried it, I came home. When I just took my finger and tried it, I came home and tried it. I said, oh Lord, please don't let somebody buy up the rest of it before I get there. So I went back the next day, and there was 3 jars left, and I definitely bought them all because I thought I can make some things with this that are really gonna be good. There's something about the way that the vanilla cream and the hazelnut they just work together to make a delicious, I think that's about it, to make a delicious cake icing. Now, boy, I made a mess knocking that there. We're going to let this just sit there for a few minutes. I have the hot marshmallow. These are Toll House morsels. You can just use regular morsels. This one has, I used them in a different recipe. This has the vanilla and the chocolate together, which works great with what, like the hazelnut spread. And put those around on top. Now don't run off. Don't run off and leave me, little morsel. And you know what? This is not a big fancy cake. It could be made, and I let it bake at 350 for 50 minutes. At 40, I checked it really good, and it was not ready. It wasn't set right on the bottom of it. It wasn't set. So, this is going to be it. I'm going to taste a little bite of this, young'uns. There's probably just a dab. A dab will do you. You can just use white chocolate or milk chocolate or dark, heavy, dark chocolate, whatever morsels. I liked the idea. You don't see these very often. One of my sweet friends on here sent them to me. This is Toll House hot cocoa and marshmallow flavor. And they're really good. I mean, I made some cookies with them and they were delicious. But let me hold it up there so you can see. Don't that look good? I think it looks mighty good. And I think Pop's going to be so happy to come home and find out he's been without anything for a couple of days and he don't know how to act. Well, I just want y'all to know that I love you. I appreciate you so very much coming in and watching with me. I appreciate you following me. I get so many messages and I don't care to answer messages at all. Lord have mercy, I don't. I'm a talker anyway. So, but what I want to say is that when you go over to my page and make sure that it has almost 500,000 followers. It has, I've not looked to tell the truth. I think it's 400 and somewhere between 477 and 480,000 followers. So please make sure you're on the right page. I never ask anybody to join anything, never, because my page is not about joining anything. So go over there and click on the word like, L-I-K-E, or follow. And when you click on that, you're on a safe page. And each time that I come on with a new video or a new recipe, you're notified. It goes into your little notifications on your phone. It'll just make a little noise, ding, and you know, hey, it's time for Nan to come on. And that way you're not getting off on a fake page. That's why that I say you're better off to like and follow my page. That way you're not sending messages, and I don't care to get your messages, Lord knows that, but you're not sending messages saying, hey Nan, I'm so scared I'm getting on the wrong page. What do I do? You know, that way when you're notified by my page, you know you're on the right page. And we're just going to keep turning in those scammers until Facebook does something about it. Okay? Well, I hope y'all get a chance to go to the Dollar Tree. And I'm not promoting anybody. I'm just telling you where I found some good stuff. Let me grab my stuff and I'll show you real quick what I found. Now I'm going to show you what I found. Okay? Snickers pudding and pie filling. All of this is instant. Okay? You just read the back and that lets you know whether it's instant or not, because it'll say cook or whatever, and it's not. Here's the Milky Way. The Milky Way, oh, Lord mercy. And then I used, this is my last one, of the vanilla shake. You should have smelled that vanilla in that whenever I added it. It was so good. But this is made by Sonic, and I love the Sonic flavors. And then Dove, y'all know how good Dove stuff is. I mean, their chocolates and things are really good, and sometimes a little pricey. So to get these, I was thrilled. Thrilled. I bought 2 boxes of each one. I should have bought everything they had, just to tell the truth, because you don't get those flavors. I don't know if those flavors are anywhere else, but I'm just going to share that with you all. So get to the Dollar Tree where you live and see what you can find. And if you do those flavored waters or flavored teas or whatever like that, all the colors, not colors, but flavors, every kind of fruit flavor you could think of. They had those in those tiny, you bought a box and it had, I don't know how many little single servings of, you just tore it open and put it in your tea or whatever and make these specialty teas. So you can get you some of those too there. I mean, they had a whole shelving unit full of them. And I thought, boy, I don't care for flavored water. You know, I mean, I like just water, but I'm sure that flavored water is probably really good. I know those flavors, kiwi, strawberry, they had A&W root beer. They had all kinds of flavors. Y'all gonna have to go check it out. Well, listen, I'm gonna go. I just want you to know that I love you and want you to know how much the good Lord loves you today, okay? Put your trust in Him. I know sometimes things can look drear and make you think, Lord, what's going to happen to us? But God is in control of every situation. He's already walked this before us. He knows exactly what's going to happen. He's already prepared the way for us. He has. So just put your trust in Him today, okay? I love y'all. I'll try to get some pictures of this. And I'm going to show you one more time. Let's see. Hang on a minute. Let me put that in my soapy water. And where's my lid? There it is. And I'll hold this up close so you know. So you'll know what the name of it is. Rosolini, Rosolini hazel cream with milk and cocoa. I hope you can see it and you don't get in a glare or anything. But this is a 7-ounce container, and you see it was plenty enough to do him a little drizzle. So, you know, sometimes we can use other things that don't normally be used for frosting. As soon as I saw that, I thought, boy, I could put that on a chocolate cake. But every once in a while, Pop just likes a vanilla. So I thought, well, I'll just, the old saying goes, I'll take care of 2 birds with one thing. So he's getting his vanilla cake, and he's getting a little bit of the vanilla and the vanilla cream and chocolate icing. Well, take care this week, okay? I love y'all. See you next time, Lord willing, okay? Bye-bye.